This is Adam Gorney, Rivals.com, here with our special guest today, Chris Flores, better known as Froggy. He is at STARS. Um, and Froggy, you big timed me at the LA Rivals camp this past week. And let's admit it, we were supposed to do a podcast there. You didn't show up, which is fine. I understand. I'm not important. You are. So
Never.
we are here now.
Never. We're in the same. We got stuck, man. Never. You are the big time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this from my mother-in-law suite. So, so what I want to talk about today is just all the guys you train at STARS, them working out there. You see so many of the top guys coming through Southern California, and I think that's really important for everybody that doesn't live out here. Just kind of break down how guys train out here, because it is like year-round serious training at every position across the board, and that's what you guys do at STARS.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So STARS is an acronym for Sports Training and Rehabilitation Services. I've been privately training since 2005. Had my first 7-on-7 team, which included some good ones, man. Vontez Burfict, Morel Presley, Randall Carroll, TJ McDonald, which you covered as well back in 2007 and 8. But STARS is really a one-stop shop. It's a place where whether you're training for youth football or high school or the NFL Combine, which is going to happen this week, we're able to support and help through that entire process. And that comes from a physical standpoint, a mental standpoint, a PT and or recovery standpoint, whatever that may look like for an athlete. We're able to surround them with every piece of that recovery portion so that they're able to be as successful as they possibly can and continue and play as long as they possibly can.
One of the guys that trains there is Malachi Nelson, 5-star quarterback, USC commit, big time guy, all those kinds of things. I love him. We have him as the number 1 quarterback or the number 2 quarterback behind Arch Manning in that class. And, you could argue that, but I mean, Arch is a pretty special guy too. From what you see from a training perspective, from a focus, mental, all that kind of stuff, what kind of player is USC getting in Malachi Nelson?
Yeah, man, Malachi's a special one for sure. And no disrespect to Arch. I watched Arch throw in Clemson while we were out there with DJ, and obviously carries a name that carries a lot of weight and that really holds and demands a lot of the respect portion. But in Malachi, you have something special and unique. I've seen DJ and Bryce throw since they were about 11 or 12 years old, and I've been telling everybody for a while, Malachi has a lot of the qualities, but is a perfect blend of both. He has DJ size and arm talent, but has the ability to move and throw off platform and really create with his legs and his off platform throws and arm angles. So I'm really excited for what Malachi is able to do. And of course, he's had the advantage of having those two guys around him. There's no two better people to learn from and study from than two of the best to do it. So our goal, our excitement for Malachi and the University of Southern California, is really to bring back USC to what it was and the Pete Carroll days and what we used to do when we were all there. So I think, one, they're getting an amazing athlete, but more important, they're getting a true leader, and they're getting someone that can get the rest of the team to follow. And this being in recruiting for so long, it's about the Jack and Joes. And I think Malachi is a good kid that kids want to play with and follow. And I'm excited for what he's going to do at the University of Southern California now, moving forward, and hopefully bringing it back to the heydays.
One of the things that has always stood out about him, and it's a little disconcerting standing on the sidelines, you'll see it 3 and out. You'll see the offense not move for 1 or 2 possessions, and then boom, 68-yard touchdown, boom, 72-yard touchdown. Like he could chisel you down the field. He can go deep to Makai or DeAndre. And that seems to fit exactly what Lincoln Riley's looking to do. I mean, they're going to run the ball. They're going to run their screens, but at points they're going to take their shots, and he's going to be a guy that's going to deliver it right to him, right?
No, absolutely. And I think we know this, like we talk a lot about completion percentage. What's the most important thing for a quarterback? We feel is completion percentage. That means you're accurate. That means you're taking what the defense gives you, but you're 100% correct. His ability to drive the ball down the field and be accurate with it, more important, is really, really important. I know he was at the Rivals camp this weekend, and in 7-on-7 play went 5 for 5. But that means he's taking what they're giving him. He's understanding what he's seeing, the picture he's getting, and then obviously if there's any movement, rotation, or flow, he's able to adapt, adjust, and react to what he sees. But yeah, there's no argument arm talent wise. The kid could put the ball anywhere on the field in any spot on the field. So it's going to be exciting to watch that team play. Both DeAndre and Makai are special talents. And I think the best part is, which is rare now, is those kids that play together since they were little. So their relationship, their bond, their connection is really unique. And to watch them look at each other and both be on the same page, all three be on the same page, is really cool to watch. So I'm excited to see what Los Al does in this next football season.
Yeah, it's incredible. Malachi Nelson's the quarterback. Makai Lemon is his, number one receiver. DeAndre Moore is 1B. I mean, if not 1A, both very, very talented guys. Makai Lemon is already committed to USC. DeAndre Moore looking at some other schools, and I'll give him a fair shake there. I think Louisville has a lot of interest and all those kinds of things. But USC is going to be involved with DeAndre Moore too, whether they play him at D-back or wide receiver or what they're doing. I think they should play him at wide receiver, although there is a feeling like you should put your best athletes at defensive back, but in a Lincoln Riley offense, that might not be the best things. Just talk about Lemon and Moore, what you see from those guys in training sessions, and just how special they could be at the college level.
Yeah, I'll never forget the first time I saw Makai. He was playing, to your point, safety, and we hit him with a double move, and I wanted to see how athletic he was and if he was rangy. And we ran double posts, and he weaved into the first post and almost committed to it. And we threw it to the outside post, which is a high angle. He center field turned, ran, and broke up the play. And I literally remember it like it was yesterday. I turned around and said, that was absolutely ridiculous what he just did. I said, I've only seen 2 or 3 kids do that at that age. But Makai is a definitely a special, unique talent. Very similar to him, Amon-Ra St. Brown, in the sense of when he gets the ball in his hand, he's just as dangerous in the special teams, kick return, punt return. But his running has improved so much, and his knowledge and want and hunger for the game is special. He wants to know, he wants to get better, he wants the why, he wants to understand what this route does, how he can win, different ways to win, man, zone, press, whatever it may be. So I'm very, very excited for Makai and what he's going to do. And, I've been very vocal about it. It's going to be very hard, and I'm not a betting man, but that kid's going to play high level football, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see him play on Sundays because of his ability to do everything on the field, and that body control is just second to none. Dre is unreal. When I first met him, I thought he was already a college athlete. And you see him with the ball in his hand. They played him at running back a lot. I know there's been talks about him playing defense, but I think there is no argument when it comes to him and what his mindset is. He's a wide receiver. He's able to do it all, but in the Rivals camp this last week, watching the clips of him and watching him live, you see everything that's there, and you can see why some people believe he's going to end up being a 5-star. He has the fast twitch. He has hip control. He has the ability to change directions. He has that burst in and out of his breaks that's really special. And then he has above average hands. So he's finishing plays, and he's very strong and under control as he does everything. So you put all those pieces together, and they both have a unique style. So, as for Malachi back there, his job is going to be get the ball in their hands and let them make plays for him. And at the same time, audible and adjust to what he sees. So both kids are talented. Both kids are going to play high level football, and barring any major catastrophic injuries, both kids are going to have a shot to hear their name called.
One of the things that I love about you and Stars is that you train NFL guys too. This isn't just, we have good high school football players, make them 5-stars. You're stupid for not having this kid as a 5-star. You have a good range of understanding of what it takes at the high school level to the pro level. And I think it also speaks to what you guys do, that they want to come train there. They have every option in the world to come train somewhere else. Bryce Young is one of those guys. DJ Uyunglele is another one of those guys that throws there. Almost completely different players. But how happy are you? At all surprised with the success of Bryce, or did you kind of see this coming? Even, as we've talked, and I've talked to Craig Young a million times about this, even at his size, for him to do what he's done at Alabama. Was there any reservation in that, or did you kind of see this coming?
You know what? I get that question a lot, and I'll answer it the same way I did when he was 12 and people didn't believe us. It's a mental approach. Bryce
Yeah.
has and processes information mentally that's just completely different. He has an ability to mentally engage and take over a game and prepare himself for those moments that I haven't seen very often. Um, to say surprised, I will say no. To say happy and excited for everything he's done, yes, because it's not easy. Our expectations are always going to be here for him, and even though ours are here, his for himself are even higher. But I think Bryce is once in a lifetime of a talent and ability, but he also puts in the work. But we've seen it as he was young. Back to your point, I'd had him throwing to pros in 7th and 8th grade. The Marquise Lees, the Robert Woods, the Tyler Boyds. He was our quarterback during those sessions, and even those guys were like, "Bro, this guy's in junior high school. Like, what are you talking about?" But it's been an ongoing battle. His first 2 years at Cathedral, I thought were a great move and a great position, and they did great with him. But ultimately, the move to modern day was why he's ultimately at Alabama. It's to prove and show everyone this isn't an accident. It isn't by luck. Bryce Young is real, and he's going to continue to prove people wrong, and he's going to continue to prove us right. And I'm beyond proud, excited, and blessed to have him on part of the Stars family for so long. And we're still going to continue to push him. There's still things we got to do better. And if you ask him, he's not happy with how they finished. He wanted that
Yeah.
natty and he wanted to finish the right way. But that's a testament to himself, to Craig, to Julie, and the young man that they've raised. Is Bryce is right back to the drawing board. Bryce is right back to work. Actually just got off talking to Craig a little while ago, and we're all right back on the same mission, same goal, which is let's go back and let's run it back one more time.
Yeah. Two stories about Adoree Jackson, another guy that trains there from Gardena Serra, works out at Stars, now with the Giants. I saw him in a game at the Honor Bowl, and he picked off a pass and then high stepped it in from 30 yards out and got a flag, and the ball came back. And Scott Altenberg, the Serra coach, was screaming at him, but you couldn't really even be mad. I mean, it was just so funny. And then I also did an interview with him once at Serra when he was wearing a Burger King paper crown, and I thought that was just the kid. He, fun-loving kid, serious about his business, but fun-loving in a
Yes.
way, and really a great kid. When you see that transition from high school to the pros, how rewarding is that? But also, what do you see? Like, what should high school kids know about the seriousness that these NFL guys take their business?
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think the biggest thing for me is, you have the daunting task of ranking these guys and putting them there, and no one's ever going to be happy with where they end up or where they're at unless they're number one. And that means there's a lot of guys after that. My constant reminder to all of them is, the Adoree Jacksons of the world, who was a 5-star, highly ranked, was in there and did what he had to do. But there's so many guys that make it, and we see it every year in the Super Bowl. This many 5-stars, this many 4-stars. I think to me the difference is really that mental approach, the ability to be a pro. And what that means is show up on time, and on time means show up early. And then understanding how to approach the game as a whole is not just about when the cameras are out for you to work, but it's every single day putting in the work. Some of these guys are lifting at 8 a.m. They have their position work at 11:30. They get a small break, and then they have their last workout of the day. And that's 6 days a week. But the ones that truly, truly make it are the ones that understand that process and what it takes and the sacrifice you've got to make to get to that ultimate level. We've been very, very excited and blessed to be in the position to see so many guys go. We're currently at 55 active NFL pros. And a cool story, and I know you'll remember this name, DeAnthony Thomas is back. Original Stars guy since junior high and high school, and just signed in Canada and is training and working with us. But also, back to your point, it's that ability to mentally prepare yourself. The physical attributes become almost balanced at the college and NFL level, and really at the pro level. Everybody's the best of the best in their state, the best in their city, 2-3 sport athletes. And when you get there, it's the guys that are able to take in information, give you that information back at a fast rate of time, and then also perform and react to what the person in front of them is doing. And to me, I tell all my guys this: it's the mental pedigree of them. It's the mental portion of them that separates them from the JuJus, Adorees, the Tyler Boyds, the Equinemius St. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Matt Barkley, when we go way back in those days, to now the DJs and the Bryces and the Bo Collins.
Yeah.
It's really their approach to what it is. And for us, we've built an atmosphere and a culture where you will have a junior high school working with a college guy. You will have a high school kid in a Bo Collins last year going one-on-one against Adoree and Mike Davis from the Chargers, because we want them to understand what that looks like. And we don't want the sense of false going on and they don't really know. So it's beyond rewarding, man. And what's cool is watching so many kids from Southern Cal come through our program and go through good conversations with you and bad conversations with you. He should be higher. But at the end of the day, our goal is all the same. It's to see these guys get an opportunity to go to school for free, graduate, be successful in life. And if that means playing in the pros, then we're going to be here to continue to support them. And a JuJu Smith-Schuster, which we've had junior high, high school, college, NFL, and the Pro Bowl. Man, there aren't really words that describe how amazing that feeling is.
Perfect. That is Chris Flores, Coach Froggy from Stars. I am Adam Gorney for Rivals.com.